What if the reason your life still feels smaller than it should is not because you are weak, but because you are silently letting other people live in your head for free? That question may sound strange, but stay with me. Because for most people, the real battle is not money, not talent, not even luck. The real battle is something much more dangerous. It is the invisible fear of being judged, the fear of looking stupid, the fear of being misunderstood, the fear of hearing people laugh, criticize, or reject you. And the scary part is that many people do not even know this fear is running their life. They say they do not care what people think, but their actions tell a different story. They stay quiet when they should speak. They hold back when they should move. They shrink when they should stand tall. They say maybe later, because deep down, they are thinking, what if they judge me? And that one thought can destroy years of potential. Think about how many dreams die before they even begin. How many ideas disappear. How many confident versions of you never get a chance to exist, not because you were not capable, but because somebody else's opinion felt too heavy. That is the trap. The moment you start living for approval, you stop living for yourself. You begin editing your personality. You start choosing safe over honest. You start choosing accepted over real. And slowly, without noticing it, your confidence begins to leak. Your peace begins to fade. Your growth starts moving backward. And here is the part almost nobody talks about. The more you try to please everyone, the less respect you feel for yourself. That is where the real damage happens. Because every time you ask, what will they think? You are giving away a little piece of your power. Every time you shrink your voice to make others comfortable, you train yourself to disappear. Every time you let judgment control your next move, you delay the life you actually want. But why does this happen to so many people? Why do smart, capable, talented people still get trapped by opinions that should never have that much power in the first place? That is where the real answer begins. And once you see it, you will never look at fear the same way again.
The strange thing is, people think they care about opinions because they are too sensitive. But that is only the surface. Underneath, there is something deeper going on. Human beings are wired to want acceptance. For thousands of years, being rejected by the group could mean danger, isolation, and survival problems. So somewhere in the brain, the fear of judgment still feels like a threat. Your mind does not always understand that a stranger's opinion is not a life or death event. It just feels like one. That is why this problem is so powerful. It does not always show up as panic. Sometimes it shows up as hesitation. Sometimes it shows up as perfectionism. Sometimes it shows up as overthinking every word before you speak. Sometimes it shows up as a smile on the outside and quiet fear on the inside. People call it being careful, humble, or mature, but often it is just fear wearing a nice mask. And here is where it gets dangerous. The more you care about how others see you, the more you start handing them control over your choices. You do not only want respect anymore, you want safety. You want to avoid embarrassment. You want to avoid criticism. You want to avoid looking like a failure. So you begin to live a smaller life, one decision at a time. You say no to opportunities before anyone else can reject you. You hide your ideas before anyone can laugh. You delay action until you feel ready. But the truth is, you are not waiting for readiness. You are waiting for permission. That is the trap. Because permission never comes from other people. It has to come from you. Now think about how this plays out in real life. Someone wants to post a video, but deletes it before anyone sees it. Someone wants to speak up in a room, but stays silent because their voice might shake. Someone wants to start a business, learn a skill, change their style, or build a new identity, but stops because they imagined someone, somewhere, judging them. Most of the pain never even happens in real life. It happens in the mind first. The mind creates the fear, repeats the fear, and then uses the fear as an excuse. That is why this feeling is so exhausting. You are not just living your life, you are also trying to manage the imagined reactions of everyone around you. That is a full-time job. and it slowly drains your energy, confidence, and direction. But here is the part people rarely see clearly. The opinions you fear are often much smaller than you think. Most people are too busy thinking about their own problems to spend much time judging yours. And even when they do judge, their opinion usually says more about them than it says about you. Yet people still let it control their next move. They let imaginary criticism become a real prison. So the question is not whether people will judge you. They will. That is part of life. The real question is this: why are you still allowing that to shape your identity? Because once you understand that approval is not freedom, the next step becomes clear. And that next step is where the real transformation begins. Now comes the part that changes everything. If you want to stop caring what everyone thinks, you have to understand one simple truth: their opinion is not your identity. That sounds easy, but most people live like it is not true. They let comments, looks, silence, and small reactions decide how they feel about themselves. One person frowns and their confidence drops. One person laughs and their whole mood changes. One person disagrees and suddenly they start doubting their own worth. That is not confidence. That is emotional slavery. And the sad part is, many people do not even notice it happening. They think they are being careful. They think they are being smart. They think they are avoiding mistakes. But in reality, they are living too small because they are afraid of being seen. They want to be liked by everyone. But that is impossible. You cannot build a strong life while trying to please every single person. It is like trying to walk forward while looking back every few seconds. You will keep stopping. You will keep slowing down. You will keep losing your direction. So what do? You stop asking, what will people think? And you start asking, what do I think about myself? That one shift changes the game. Because when your own standards become stronger than other people's opinions, you stop moving like a scared person. You stop waiting for approval before taking action. You stop asking for permission to be yourself. And slowly, your mind starts becoming free. But here is the part that surprises most people. Freedom does not always feel good at first. Why? Because once you stop living for approval, you will feel uncomfortable. Some people will not understand you. Some may even dislike the new version of you. That can hurt at first. It can feel strange. It can make you question yourself. But that discomfort is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that you are finally leaving the old prison. And that is why so many people go back. They feel the pressure and they run back to comfort. They want freedom, but they also want everyone to approve of their freedom. That will never work. If you want a stronger life, you have to accept this truth. Not everyone will clap for your growth. Not everyone will understand your decisions. Not everyone will like your path. But your life cannot be built around the need for applause. The moment you stop making people's reactions your ruler, you begin to stand on your own feet. You stop shrinking. You stop apologizing for existing. You stop losing yourself just to be accepted. And once that happens, something powerful starts to rise inside you. In the next part, you will see the exact way to build this mindset in daily life without becoming cold, rude, or fake. Because real confidence is not loud, it is calm. And once you learn that, everything starts to change. The shift starts with one decision. You stop outsourcing your self-worth. That means you no longer let every face, every comment, every silence, or every random opinion decide how you feel about yourself. You start building a stronger center, a place inside you that does not shake every time someone disagrees with you. A place that stays steady even when people do not understand you. And this is where most people get it wrong. They think not caring means becoming cold. They think it means becoming rude. They think it means acting like nothing matters. But that is not freedom. That is just another mask. Real freedom is different. It means you can hear criticism without falling apart. It means you can be misunderstood without breaking. It means you can be disliked without losing yourself. It means you can be calm while other people keep making noise. And that is powerful. Because once you stop chasing approval, you become more honest. You speak more clearly. You move more confidently. You stop editing every sentence in your head just to make others comfortable. You stop pretending to be smaller than you are. You stop hiding your ideas, your goals, and your personality behind fear. This is where confidence begins to grow for real. Not from praise, not from likes, not from applause, not from people telling you that you are enough. It grows when you decide that your value is not up for public voting. That decision changes how you act in real life. In a conversation, you speak with more peace. On social media, you stop posting for approval and start posting with purpose. At work, you take serious action without waiting for everyone to agree. In relationships, you stop begging to be understood by people who only want control. Even when you make mistakes, you recover faster because your identity is not tied to one moment. That is the secret. The less you need people to approve of you, the more yourself you become. And something unexpected happens after that. You begin to notice that the opinions you once feared were never as powerful as you imagined. The voice in your own head was louder than everyone else's. The real battle was not with people outside. It was with the part of you that believed their judgment mattered more than your truth. Once that changes, your whole life begins to shift. You walk differently. You think differently. You choose differently. You stop asking permission to exist fully. And the best part is, this strength does not make you less human. It makes you more grounded, more peaceful, more dangerous in the best sense of the word, because people can no longer move you so easily. In the final part, I'll show you how to protect this mindset so you do not fall back into old habits the moment pressure returns, because pressure will come back. The question is whether it can still control you. Here is the part that most people never prepare for. Even after you understand the idea, pressure will still come back. People will still judge. Someone will still misunderstand you. A message will still hurt. A silence will still feel awkward. A look will still make you question yourself for a second. That is normal. The goal is not to become a person who never feels anything. The goal is to become a person who does not collapse every time something uncomfortable happens. And this is where your new mindset gets tested. Because in the beginning, it is easy to feel strong when you are watching a video or agreeing with an idea. But the real question is what happens when life pushes you? What happens when your post gets ignored? What happens when your opinion gets challenged? What happens when someone close to you does not support you? What happens when your fear whispers, maybe you should stop? That moment matters more than motivation. This is the moment where you either return to old habits or rise into a stronger version of yourself. So, how do you protect this mindset? You repeat one simple rule: not every opinion deserves a reaction. That one rule can save you from so much pain. When someone judges you, you do not have to carry it home. When someone mocks you, you do not have to build a whole identity around it. When someone misunderstands you, you do not need to spend the rest of the day trying to fix their mind. Some people will never understand you, no matter how carefully you explain yourself. And the sooner you accept that, the freer you become. Now let this sink in. The people you fear the most are usually not thinking about you as much as you think they are. Their attention shifts, their memory fades, their opinions change. But if you keep carrying their judgment inside your own head, you are giving that moment a power it never truly had. That is why the strongest people are not the loudest. They are the ones who can feel pressure and still move forward. They can hear noise and still think clearly. They can face doubt and still keep going. And once you learn this, every part of your life starts changing. You speak with more honesty because you are not trying to please everyone. You take more action because you are not waiting for everyone to approve. You build more confidence because you stop treating every opinion like a verdict. That is how freedom grows. Not all at once, not overnight, but one brave choice at a time. And here is the most powerful part. Every time you ignore unnecessary judgment and choose your path anyway, you get stronger. Every time you stop shrinking to fit in, you reclaim a piece of yourself. Every time you stand firm, even quietly, your confidence rises a little more. So the next time fear tells you to hide, remember this: your life does not become bigger by pleasing everyone. It becomes bigger when you finally stop letting everyone else decide who you are. This is where it all comes together. If you have stayed with this video till now, then you already know the truth. The real prison was never the world around you. It was the fear of being judged by it. And once you see that clearly, something inside you starts to break open. Because now you can finally understand why so many people stay stuck for years, even when they have talent, potential, and big dreams. They are not missing ability, they are missing freedom. Freedom from approval, freedom from fear, freedom from the need to be liked by everyone. And once you begin to taste that freedom, you cannot go back to the old way of living without feeling trapped. So let me leave you with one final thought. The moment you stop living for applause, you start living for truth. The moment you stop shrinking for comfort, you start growing for real. The moment you stop asking the world if you are enough, you begin proving it to yourself. That is the kind of power most people never reach. Not because it is impossible, but because it requires courage. The courage to be misunderstood. The courage to move while others doubt you. The courage to stay calm when people try to shake you. The courage to keep going even when your growth makes others uncomfortable. And yes, that can feel scary at first. But that fear is often the final wall before your next level. So if this video spoke to you, do not just watch it and move on. Take one idea from it and use it today. Decide right now that other people's opinions will no longer control your peace, your confidence, or your future. And I want to ask you something important. What is the hardest thing for you to ignore? Criticism, rejection, or the fear of embarrassing yourself? Drop your answer in the comments below. I read them, and I want to know what part of this hit you the most. Also, if this message gave you even a small shift in how you think, subscribe to Silent Power Psychology right now. This channel is built for people who want more than motivation. It is for people who want real mindset power, deep self-control, and the kind of inner strength that does not collapse under pressure. Because here, we do not chase noise, we build silence. We do not chase approval, we build power. We do not live for opinions, we live for truth. And if you stay with me, the next video may be the one that changes the way you see yourself forever.